The gun debate has become an increasingly volatile topic.
The gun debate.
The American gun debate.
Gun debate.
The national debate over gun control.
The gun debate.
Who should be able to own a gun? Who shouldn't own a gun? For the people who can own a gun, what types of guns can they own? And what should the process look like for someone who wants to buy a gun? These are valid questions that essentially lead to nowhere because of one major mistake. Sit tight as I explain the number one thing everyone gets wrong about the gun debate. Before we discuss what rights we need to give away now for the illusion of safety and the real statistics when it comes to quote-unquote gun violence, we need to agree on one thing. We must agree that we cannot blame inanimate objects for the actions of men and women. If that isn't doable, there's no conversation to be had. Firearms are largely made of polymer and steel. They don't have life and don't make their own decisions. Men and women, on the other hand, are sentient beings with free will who use firearms along with other inanimate objects in the manner they see fit. If a new trend started around the country where hateful and bigoted individuals threw wine glasses at the faces of innocent bystanders in hopes of cutting their face with the glass, we wouldn't say we had a wine glass issue in America. We'd say those individuals had the issue and need to be stopped. Hence the reason for agreeing beforehand that we can't blame inanimate objects. Now, something amazing happens when we don't blame the object used in a crime. That something is called asking questions.
Do you want to play questions?
How do you play that? You have to ask questions.
When a detective arrives at the scene of a crime, he doesn't show up with a hot cup of coffee in his hand and quickly say to the grieving family, "Well, this is the gun's fault," and proceed to head home. That would make him a terrible detective. Instead, what he does and what we expect him to do is ask questions. Where were you on the night of the 15th? What was Sally's childhood like? Was Joe involved in any criminal activities? Following that logic, we'll do the same thing. Let's take the mass shooter, mass murderer example, since that's such a hot topic. The first question we can ask is, why would someone commit such a heinous act? The general response is usually the shooter is either demonically possessed or severely mentally unstable. So with that general response, let's ask an additional question. How does somebody become that mentally unstable? There could be all types of answers. One might be prescription drugs. Have you ever seen the ungodly list of side effects one might experience when taking these drugs?
They give you one medication supposed to fix some and the side effect up your leg and then they give you another one to fix that.
Stomach bleeding, headaches, blindness, and most interestingly, suicidal thoughts. Every human being has a slightly different chemical makeup. Some people react to medicine, others react differently, and some don't react at all. If someone has suicidal thoughts as a reaction, who's to say others don't have homicidal thoughts?
You don't find that suspicious?
Now, I'm not here to get in a fight with Big Pharma. I don't care. That's not my fight. The point is, now we're starting to move closer to the answer. We're not arguing over inanimate objects and succumbing to the knee-jerk reaction of just ban all the guns.
Yes, we're gonna take your AR-15.
We're using our critical thinking skills. Next time you hear about a shooting or a stabbing, because unfortunately, there will be a next time, start thinking about why the person committed the act. If we can start to do this on a societal level, we'll succeed in keeping the main thing the main thing. Banning guns won't do anything, and you may not be aware of this, but murder is already illegal, yet people still do it. Why is that?